Hello everyone, I here. This is my blog post on breathwork and your ideal life. So I wanted to make this video to offer an explanation of how I use breathwork and Qigong, yoga, as well as some of the other tools in my life to help me to orientate towards my dream life and how it can speed up that process of enacting the sacred pathway of actualizing that dream. So this is all about becoming more conscious. This pathway of living our dream life tied into the awakening process of coming into contact with our true nature. Your true nature is your unconditioned self. So this is not all the stuff that has happened to you since you've been born, which has imprinted, patterned, and conditioned your subconscious mind with likes and dislikes and attractions and aversions, this and that, which is actively filtering perception, so much so that you don't actually experience the present moment as it is, because each moment is new. It's experiencing it like a child, right? With these big wide eyes. When we're in our acquired mind, we're no longer there. We're in the past, projecting it onto the future, thinking we're experiencing reality, and maybe we get a glimpse every now and again, but never truly living freely. We're living out of the conditioning, out of the past patterning. So this process of developing your dream is about becoming conscious, making conscious that the product of your life, the life that you're living, is a product of your conscious choice and not the inherited patterns from your early childhood, from the multi-generational trauma, from past lives, everything that was coming before, which is leading up till now. It puts you in an empowered state of choosing your moment-to-moment experience and directing your life energies. And over time, as you begin to choose and make powerful choices, you change the fundamental reality that you live in alignment with that dream, that destiny. And it's already being written in the stars. It already has been written beyond time and space, because we want to move out of time. All of time is a product of the mind. The past and the future are not actually real places. They're projected futures and pasts. The only thing that is truly real is this moment experience, this present moment, this breath, this heartbeat, the love that is real. So when we begin this process of orientating towards our goal or dream, what happens is we don't know. We don't know where to go. We don't know our dream. If we did, we would walk towards it as best as we could. So through this evolutionary process, each day, each moment, we're continually looking towards this future as best as we can see it. As best as we can see it in alignment with the divine plan, with the plan that is best for not only our lives, but everybody else's life. And in order to see a vision that vast, we need to see beyond our own personal mind, because it's not just what's best for us in our life. It's not just about you and your retirement. It's about what's best for you and the entire planet, all the beings on it. And as you expand your consciousness further, what's best for all the planets and all the beings on them. So we're continually looking to raise our consciousness to see a greater vision of what could be and walking towards it. And through that process, what comes up is our past. Every time you take a powerful step forward towards your goal and stated dream, what's in the way is the current limitations of your mind of what has been up till now. So we're always working with our conditioning actively. And the more that we can see it, and the more that we can develop a courage, a faith, wise decision making, a great love, and an anchoring in moving towards our love, we get the force that pulls us forward, because there's a lot of force pulling us back. These old patterns, maybe it's debt, maybe it's hurt we've been carrying most of our life, maybe it's our shadow, maybe it's our addictions. This is all pulling us down. And as we begin to walk forward, all of our doubts, our self-judgments, everything's going to come up for us to see so that we can heal it. The faster you move forward towards your goal or dream, the faster it's going to move towards you, but the more stuff's going to come up quicker. So you need powerful tools that make you more resilient, your nervous system, and its capacity to not get thrown off by these emotions coming up, by everything that's going to try to knock you off balance as you begin to anchor more deeply into your center, into your wisdom, and into your internal guidance. Because this pathway towards your goal or dream is an internal journey. This is why it's part and parcel with the spiritual journey. Because the truth of what you want, what you truly desire, is within you. Those deepest questions, the deepest questions that you will ever ask and ever know, the answers are already here. You can't Google them. It's not going to be something that you read outside of yourself. So we need to take a lot of the energy that we've been spending looking outside of ourselves, paying attention to this podcast, even if it's beneficial, to this news stream, to this opportunity, unless it's actually in alignment with the deepest parts of ourselves. This developed listening to what is in here is the inner science. And the inner sciences, such as yoga, Qigong, breathwork, etc., are developed techniques of learning to better listen to this vehicle here. Because in each and every moment, there's more information coming from the body up to the consciousness, from the body to the brain, rather than being taken in through your senses from the environment and then coming in. Yet most people spend most of their awareness looking out, making decisions based on what they see outside of themselves, based on what everybody else is doing. So we need to reorientate our life energies in alignment with what's true for us. And we need to do a lot of healing to feel at the greatest depth of ourselves so we know what's at our core and we can anchor towards it. And say this is a science because it's an inner science. It's different than the objective outer sciences of things that you can weigh and measure. The inner sciences, we have different tools. It's about subjective truth, not objective truth. Both are important. This one's really important for the inner sciences. Now it depends on our listening, as I've been mentioning, and there's several different points in the body which process information. Your nervous system is the energy body that processes information coming in, information coming within, and finds harmony, finds understanding, relays this information to your conscious mind. Sometimes it filters the perception, especially if we're in our conditioning, with the program patterns of our likes and dislikes and everything that's happened to us. This is the conditioned mind. If we can see with radical truth awareness, we can see beyond our conditioned mind, and we can get visions which are more holistic, which tap into not only our energy, the energy of this individual being, but the energy of everything that we're a part of. So to get more good at feeling this body, we need to get better at feeling this body, this physical body. Skin, muscles, bone, organs. Before I started doing Qigong, I never felt my organs. Now I can feel my organs. It's like I'm walking around and there are organs in my body. You can tap into this for yourself. Do you actually experience organs, or is there just stuff in here? Like, can you feel how heavy your liver is? It's quite big. The density of it, that fine-tuned awareness comes from certain parts of our brain becoming more active. This is the insular cortex, but it's the result of paying attention to what's in here. And in order to feel what's in here, we use the breath. Because the breath goes in, and what we breathe into, where we direct our energy, is where it goes, and what we can feel. In order to get better at feeling, we must get better at loving ourselves and loving what arises. Because a lot of what's stored in here is not all just puppies and love, right? What's stored in here is many lifetimes stored in our DNA of old hurt, of old pain, shadowy shit that we've done. It's all stored in here. Frustrations, overexcitements, worries, anxieties, sadness, fear, this lifetime, other lifetimes, layers and layers. So the better we can get at feeling and processing that, releasing that, we'll have more clarity. More clarity in our nervous system, which ideally operates like a hollow reed, like a tube, receiving and giving information rather than having emotions, receiving energy, and then the emotions getting stuck up and blocking off our organs and blocking off our intelligence because we're caught in those emotions. The difference between getting caught in an emotion and releasing it, it's like a child. When a child has a tantrum, they go into it, they do their little thing, and then they're done. There's a Woody Allen quote, I don't get angry, I just grow a tumor, right? You just hold on to that for years. Someone throws you off in traffic, you carry it to the end of your day. No, this isn't gonna work. If you want optimal decision making, you need to have clarity in your nervous system, and all those old emotions need to be processed so you can actually be in the present moment. As well, we don't just hold emotions, but we hold beliefs in our body. These are the limitations of your nervous system. Think of an example in running. I can only run this fast. That's the current level of your body and mind based on what you've done in the past. We're always moving forward as an individual and as a species, and we're always moving the dial. So it's really important for us to have an openness to the possibility that is available for our own evolution and what's possible for the world. Because we want to hold that as a prayer, as an actual worldview, as a belief, and not any other limiting beliefs based on lack of abundance, lack of what is possible, lack of what we can do as a civilization to make all beings receive happiness, have food, have water, have all the things. So this process of goal orientation involves the healing of the body, involves the mastery of the body, because the nervous system has many centers, the chakra centers, the enteric nervous system, or the gut brain, the heart brain, this brain. The more that we learn to pay attention to them, like really tune into them as receivers of energy, that's where a lot of information and intelligence from this system is being processed. The system of Qigong, as I've alluded to, we work a lot with our organs. Once again, tuning into the organs, they hold not just physical matter, but emotional, and our beliefs. Everything is stored within us. So this development takes place as we continue to work with our breathing, our body, our moving, our feeling, and the development to greater clarity of our dream. So where do you start? Start with your dream. What do you want in life? What's your greatest love? This is a beautiful part of the universe. It's actually supporting us in every way, though we may not see it wherever we're at in our present moment, but it's supporting us to reach our greatest point of love and offering, where we can give and receive from a place of, this is my greatest gift and I get to give it to the world. It's going to help people. That's part of your dream. And the more that you move towards what's in here and clear what's been in the way, you'll begin to see what those gifts are and be able to enact them on a greater and greater stage. It takes a lot of time and work, as I said, continual work to refine this. It's something we're always doing, and it offers us an anchor point to align all of our actions and behaviors so that they're no longer in the patterns of the past, and they're no longer things that we're doing to cope with the love that we didn't have when we were young, because we're moving towards our love. And when we do that, it's not just a goal, it's in some future place. When you're truly living your dream life, there's goals ahead of time and they're always evolving, but you're always in your love in this moment, so you're whole and complete, and all that conditioning no longer holds sway, it doesn't hold its weight. And then the rapid release of that happens faster and faster until we can be living our dream life moment to moment. So breath work is so key for this. So it helps us to move energy through the body. Qigong as well. It helps us to embody a science that we can use in each and every moment. Qigong is very practical. How you stand, how you sit, how you breathe, how you eat, how you work with your organs. I love yoga, we use that too. Qigong is very practical. As I said, we're not doing fancy postures. We're doing very practical things to arrange our body and mind in the present moment and experience with greater consciousness. Because when we make conscious decisions in alignment with our dream, we make big changes. You'll make a few big decisions in your life, and all of a sudden your entire life will be transformed, because your life can transform at any moment because the keys to eternity, the keys to your destiny are within you. This is so key in reframing our understanding of what is possible, is giving ourselves all the power rather than having the power outside of us, which is encouraged by all the limiting beliefs that we may have inherited or may have within ourselves. So these practices, these are the things that I teach. I teach people in one-on-one to work with these so they can learn them themselves. And the ultimate goal is for a person to learn these practices so that they can self-sustain their own evolution. Learn them first from a teacher, but the ultimate power is the breath, your consciousness, and what you choose to heal in yourself. And then I also work with people in coaching to help them go through a big list of how to develop the dream, how to develop your values, your virtues, things that you can practice in each and every moment. And then what are the key points of holistic health? How can you live a fulfilled and whole life? Instead of the rat race, instead of constant goals, how can you live with greater fulfillment in this moment and be truly present for the beauty, love, and what is available here with this breath, not needing to have anything outside of yourself. If you've received something from this message, you've resonated with it, reach out and let's get connected and further this process. For all else who are on the journey, thank you for your path and your way. Blessings.